Welcome to my press-on tutorial. I felt it was very important to show you guys how to do this in this economy. Let's get started. So, you see these nubs? They're beautiful. I take care of my hands. We are going to transform them at home. So, here are the things that you're going to need. You're going to need a UV light, and these are the tools that are going to help push your cuticles back. You're going to need some gloves to protect those hands. You're going to need these wipes. You can get these from anywhere. We're going to use these for the press-ons. This is my favorite glue. We're going to need some cuticle oil, a brush, a cuticle cutter, some drills, and acetone, and a base coat and a top coat. Let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is get some alcohol and put it on the pads that I told you guys to use and dry your nail bed off. The more you dry your nail bed, the better these nails will stick and the longer they will last. And take your time doing it. There's no rush in getting this done. Once you're done with that, you're going to pull out the cuticle remover and you're going to put it around your cuticle. And so I tried to get closer so you guys can see it. Just outline the outside of your cuticle. This is going to soften it and make it easier to remove. Now, once you're towards the end of the step, you're going to let it sit on both hands for 45 seconds. Once you're done letting it sit, you're going to use the sharp end to push around and the other end to push it out. And I'm going to demonstrate to you guys how this works, okay? So you're going to start with the square and you're going to push the cuticle back. By this time, your cuticle should be softened, so it should be easy enough for you to do. The cuticle is dead skin, so this will not hurt. But be sure not to push back too hard because you can end up hurting yourself. Just gently push the cuticle back. Now you're going to take this sharp end and you're going to clean around your cuticle. So when you pushed it back, it got all of the dead skin. Once you use the sharp point, it's going to pull it all out. Make sure you have a napkin next to you because it can get disgusting if your cuticles haven't been cleaned in a while. Now you're going to repeat the same step, but on the separate hand. If you're not good at doing it on your left hand or your right hand or vice versa, each time you do it, the better you will get. So don't worry about it. Take your time. Then we're repeating the step where you go around the cuticle and clean it out. Now you're going to get your cotton pad and wipe back over your nails to clean that off because you're not supposed to leave the cuticle cleaner on your nails for longer than it should because it can do things that it's not supposed to do. So make sure you wipe it off once you're done. So at this point in the process, your nails shouldn't have as much shine. Now you're going to go back over with your cuticle and make sure you clean it out. Just go around gently and make sure there's nothing left. When it's time to come to cut your cuticle, you just want to make sure you're solely able to cut it. And it should be so defined. You'll kind of see it elevated based off the surface of your nail bed. Now, let's get ready to cut the cuticle. So remember when I said when you use the sharp point to push the cuticle up to clean it out, it's going to be elevated? The elevated point is going to be your map for you to cut around the cuticle. Just stay in the same range based off the shape of your nail bed. Do not go straight, do not go down, do not go up. Just curve around the pattern of your cuticle, and I promise you, you will be able to cut it. And it doesn't hurt because it's dead skin. No, I'm not about to flick you off, but I want you to see what it looks like with the cuticle and without the cuticle. That's why I like to say prep is very important to how your nails look and if they're presentable or they just look like press-ons. Now, once you're done cutting the cuticle, go back over it with your pads just to make sure that your nail beds are clean and there's no residue left. Now we're about to pull out the press-on nails, which is my favorite part. These B Art box nails are one of my favorite nails, and I've tried many of different brands on Amazon, but I can say these are the ones that look the most realistic, and I'm not saying that for brand purposes, but I do not mind getting a brand deal behind it, but I digress. So you can see the sizes that I typically use based off of what's missing, right? Every nail is going to have their own shape and their own size. And what I found was your right hand is always going to be smaller than your left hand. It's just really weird. But when you're going into sizing these nails, make sure you turn your nail to the side and you see how it's over that gap. That's not what you want. If you have a nail that's just as big as your nail bed, the glue is going to leak out from the sides and it's going to easily pop. So make sure that's not something that you have when you're sizing them. So what I like to do is, at this point, I've done it so many times, so I know what fits. So it's typically the third or the second row that fits my thumb. Once you find something that fits perfectly and you turn it to the side and there's no missing gap or area, that's the nail that you should use. And repeat each one as you go through each finger. So when you finally get the size that fits your fingernails, set them to the side by the left and the right hand. It's going to help you remember what nail goes where. I don't glue the nails as soon as I figure out they fit because it just didn't work in my method. It may work for you. Now you're going to buff out your nail bed. You're not going to do it to the point where it's really silky like and you can see a flash in it. If you move your nail back and forth, that's when you've done too much. Just do 2-second tops on each nail. Now doing this prep is going to help the nail stay on your fingernail with the glue. You can skip this process, but I find when I do skip it, the nails doesn't stick for as long as they should. Now, introducing the best of the best, the one of one nail glue from Sally's. Y'all, this glue is literally the best glue I've ever used, and I'm not exaggerating because I've tried many glues. But be very careful when using this glue, because if you get it on your skin, I promise you will probably have to go to the emergency room. So do not take this message lightly. Thank you for this PSA. I had to do that, y'all, because that glue is one of the best glues I have ever used in my life. Like, for real. But anyway, when you get the glue, you are going to put just maybe a dab or two. Make sure the glue is on the side and within the nail before you put it on your nail. Because if you put too much glue, you'll find out later on in this video where your glue will spill out on the side. Now right here, the mistake that I made was I didn't put enough glue on it. And you'll see whether you did put too much because it'll spill out from the sides, or whether you didn't put enough because the glue won't fully cover the nail when you place it at a 90-degree angle. Now once I put the nail on my fingernail, I let it sit and I hold it for maybe about 10 seconds and then let up. Now, I put too much glue and you can kind of see it sipping out from the sides. If you ever have any glue that sips out from the side, just get some acetone and dab it. Acetone actually removes glue, and at first it may be a little chalky or turn white, but that'll be fine because throughout the process it's definitely going to disappear. So now this is your drill bit for your nails. This is one that I got off of Amazon, and I'm going to show you what each signal means. So that is less, that is more. Sometimes you may want to use it more if you want to drill something off. If it's going in the way that my finger is going, you're going to move in the opposite direction, right? And if you're going to be moving in the way that my finger is going, you're going the opposite direction of that. That's the only way that the drill is going to cut your nails in the way that it should. So if you're going left, cut right. If you're going right, cut left. And I did a prime example right here where I was going right, but I cut right and I noticed that nothing wasn't cutting. So I had to do it the opposite way, and don't make that mistake because nothing will get cut. Now this step helps clean the cuticle when the nail is placed on the nail bed. It gives it kind of that dent in the nail. If you ever notice when somebody has acrylic and their nails look super defined, I like that look. So I try to go for that look with my press-ons. When I drill with my left hand and I am right hand dominant, a lot of people are like, how in the world can you do that? Years of practice, months of practice. My motto, like I always say, do it once, you'll get better. Now I am changing out the drill bit and I'm going to sand down the nail into my real nail. And it makes it fleshy like. It's kind of hard to explain, but it evens out the surface from the cuticle that you just cut along with the press-on nail. It makes it look like acrylic in my eyes. Now you're going to get your duster and dust off the excess dust that you had from drilling on your nails and make sure it's clean. If you want to go wash your hands, you can. It's up to you. Now you're going to grab your bottle of acetone and put just a little bit in the top, in the cap, so you can use your brush and dip it as you like. And you're going to go around your nail where you just drilled. The acetone actually helps seal the nail in a way where it looks so clean and professionally done. Now you're going to put on your gloves. Make sure you always wear your gloves before you put your hand under any type of UV light. This is the builder gel that I like to use. The builder gel gives it another coat on top of under the top coat. It's a preference of mine. It's not a step that you have to do, but I do find that the durability is better when I give it a builder gel coat. Now, once you're done with this, you're going to set your timer for 60 seconds and slide your hands under to dry. Now, this is the top coat, which is one of the second to last steps that you'll do. You're going to follow the same process you did with the builder gel. Now, I like to start with a lot on the top coat, and I like to push it all the way back to the bottom of my cuticle and pull it all the way up. Once I've dried both hands, I do like to go back over both hands again for 30 seconds because sometimes your hands don't cure all the way. And trust me, you want to make sure they cure, because if you don't, your nail will catch every type of lint, fabric. I mean, it's annoying. So just make sure you do it not as many times as you can, but just make sure that it's done all the way. Now, this nail filer is a 180 nail grit. This side that I'm touching on, that's the rough side. That side that I'm touching on, that's the soft. So you got rough and you got soft. The side that you're going to start, you're not going to go left to right. You're going to go front to back, and you're going to start off with the smooth, polished side of the nail filer. And you're going to consistently go this way until you get the shape that is desired. Once you're done filing front to back, you're going to take the rough side and you're going to go in between your nails. Don't do it too hard, y'all, because you can cut yourself. But you're going to go to give that square, crisp, mean girl look. Now we are done, and you're going to get your cuticle oil, put some in the top, and you're going to grab a brush and you're going to go around your cuticle, and it's just oil to relax your cuticle because you've been doing a lot of work to it with all this prep work, and it makes your nails look very professional. Let's not forget that. Okay, Congratulations, you just completed doing your press-on set. Thank you guys for joining and stay tuned for more. See you later, girl.